Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ironside Cast. With me, Matt. We're very free for you here on the Golden Fields again. It seems to be a pretty popular map. And again, we're on the Eastern Front. We'll go for the Soviets first. We have Arthas without a commander choice. We have Kagaboo also without a commander choice. And finally, Kigaron without a commander choice. I guess they'll pick their commanders as soon as they see what the Waffen-SS is going, because they're fighting triple Waffen-SS. With arranged Karma straight at the gate with Storm Tactics. Lancer 02 without a command out the gate, and Commando 6 out the gate with Panzer Tactics. We'll see if the Soviets decide to pick counters for this, or try to be a little bit more imaginative with their tactics. You never know. But the Storm Pioneers have begun encountering the Soviets already. Storm Pioneers moving up pretty far in the early game here behind the stone wall to get a good position. And Storm Pioneers gonna encounter the Sappers inside the town here shortly. Gonna try and use this building to advantage. The Sappers are prepared for this, as they do get one kill pretty quick. I think they might have killed the guy with the Sturmgewehr. Conscripts starting to encounter some Storm Pioneers up here. But the Storm Pioneers armed with the Sturmgewehr is doing a pretty damn good job. Just slowly mowing them down. More conscripts on the move up the road here. Let's get to cover. We also have some Hitler Youth arriving here for the SS Panzer. The unique unit available to SS Panzer early game as an alternative. Surprisingly decent basic infantry. Much cheaper than the Sturm Grenadiers, but they are not gonna be as efficient. Do we have a commander just here? There was Sturm. And nothing from Glance, right? And the Soviets are gonna start and secure go down. Soviets are very hard to actually fight early on because they can block the map, but we do have some Valonian infantry, much like the Hitler Youth. They are like an alternative, cheaper unit available to SS Sturm. Do much the same as the SS, actually, the Hitler Youth, I mean. A lot more assault-oriented, though. Cannot be equipped with an MG, as an example. Soviets are engaging all across the front at the moment. Pretty normal to see from the Soviet Union. But the Soviets are securing ground. Storm Pioneers in the center have been forced off. Hitler Youth for leading an assault here, with some Storm Grenadiers for supports. Sappers do go down. Hanskes might be in trouble here. There's no Storm Grenadiers supporting. Down here, the Valonians slowly pushing up alongside the Storm Pioneers, but we do have a Maxim arriving here quickly for the Soviet Union. Sitting up behind the stone wall. And once that's set up, it's going to be very difficult for the Germans to fight. Grenades being tossed from either side here. The Lodins are trying to make a move. They're trying to flank around. Honestly, pretty smart. It means the Maxim's in trouble. But the Maxim just moves around because the Maxim is surprisingly maneuverable as a machine gun. Because it's on wheels, so you can just quickly pull it down and move it around. And those other Valonians have been pulled back. Looks like arranged Karma is certainly not in a good position this time. And the Soviets are quickly advancing, taking advantage of it. Storm Grenadiers and Pontovica fighting the center, but I think the Storm Grenadiers might win this unless that grenade is going to be timed really well. Oh, it goes over the building though. And Molotov inside the building. And looks like the Storm Pioneers managed to win out here with a grenade assault. And yeah, German hand grenades can be thrown pretty far. That's why they are called stick grenades. Like, do not underestimate the range of German hand grenades. German hand grenades are pretty damn long range because of that stick. More Soviets need to fill the battlefield. They lost a lot of units because of the grenade assault from the Storm Pioneers, I imagine. Still, the Storm Pioneers have to pull back. They've lost a lot of men. Max is being recruited quickly. Good to see. But they might have to pull that Maxim back. Some more Valonians are arriving. But there's also Maxim inside the town now. Fighting against the MG-34. But the Maxim is pinning down the Babylonian infantry. So machine gun fires exchange in the town. I think the MG-34 might lose that in the long run unless they can destroy that building. Because the Maxim is still getting the better shots in. Babylon is pushing up. I don't think the Maxim can hold on long enough. Because if it has to focus on one Malone and the other Malone can start pushing up. So indeed the Maxim is pulling back. Sitting around the next stone wall, but it's down to 2 men. Fort HQ is being set up here by the Soviets. Now replenishment. And the Germans are pulling back to their own forward headquarters they've set up with their truck. We're just going to allow them to remain in the front line. You also have Untersturmführer being called onto the field here for the storm tactics. Maillogs up here, the Maxims continue to roll forwards, covering most of the front line against the Hitler Youth. Hitler Youth being very much unable to move at the moment because of all the machine guns. The Soviets are also taking up a good hold here in the center. Do you have any commander choices for the Soviets? Still no commanders have been picked by the Soviet Union. I suppose they're in no rush to do so. The Soviets are pretty good at just being versatile. But the Alf class are sneaking up here for the Germans, but they get less range while they're stealthed. Also, we have some Sturmgewehrs being held to the Vallonians. Vallonians do serve well in the assault role, so not much of a surprise. We have Comanches for the last Waffen-SS. Yes, we have propaganda tactics, and we already seen some Volkssturm being called into the field. So we have Sturm, Propaganda, and Panzer. Not a bad choice, all things considered. Shots are slowly being exchanged over the stone walls. Looks like some Vallonians are flanking to the far south here. The Soviets are not covering it. Allows them to get into a decent position. The Soviets can quickly relocate to use cover. 5 grenade going out. Not doing too much. But those Sturmgewehrs can do a lot of work, but the Soviets can just keep replenishing. So I don't think those Vallonians can stay there in the long run. Artillery has been calling here by the Untersturmführer. That's probably going to lead up to an assault, and indeed the Vallonians are pushing across the fields. But they're being hit in the flank from some DPMs, so they decide to pull back instead after that. Deciding that this assault was probably not worth it. You know, the Soviets still fighting across the front line here against the Waffen-SS. Sturmgunners are being equipped with an MG-42 here. Held and hold the ground. Some Volkssturmgewehrs have all been handed out to some of the Sturmgrenadier. A cheaper, more mass-produced attempt at a Sturmgewehr, I think, late in the war. Unique to propaganda. Yeah, it looks like the Sturm tactics is having some issues holding the front line. It's allowing the Soviets now to push up. He-70 has arrived on the northern flank. The Germans are lacking AT equipment up here. So they have to get close to these E-70s to stop it. Volkssturm and the Sturmgrenadiers are holding. Hitler Youth also present. Sturmgrenadiers on the flanks and Hitler Youth are pushing up. They're gonna try and Panzerknacker it. First they focus on the grenades. Incendiary grenades, but oh, they got grenaded in return on the road and all died. That's looking good. Mortars hitting very close range to the fight. Untersturmführer from propaganda tactics on the field. And the SS are pushing up across the front line. Looks like some Volkssturm have been used to merge in with a squad, because that's an ability they actually have. So you can keep your squads reinforced easily and cheaply on the front line by just merging in some Volkssturm. Although do note the individual models, I think, still do not have the same training as the standard squad members though. Balloons are pushing up here. They've been tossed in their way by some shock troopers. Looks like Arthur's gone for shock army. And shock army is a pretty good choice generally. E-70 pushing up there. We also have a trucker line for the Soviet Union. Artillery being used into the town. But the fighting remains intense down here. Soviets also flanking around with some conscripts. But shock troopers are applying a lot of pressure here for the Germans to handle. More artillery being called here by the Mthis. Molotov on the officer though, denying the artillery strike. Now the Soviets know where the forward HQ is. And the Soviets are going to try and take advantage of it, but there's an MG covering the flank. The German HQ is so far secured. T-70 rushing forwards towards this command half-track. Hitler, you've got to try and intercept it, but too late. Officer's still alive, though. So the Germans just lack AT equipment that's present on the field. There's a pack coming around. It's set up quick. Oh, one shot. The T-70 is still alive. T-70 can just run, but that's an F1. F1 takes it out. Smoke rounds used here while some SS Panzerjägers are hiding right close to the Soviet front line. Smoke round takes out the structure, actually. This has been pulled up by the Soviet Union. We have a tank destroyer. No, that's actually a motor destroyer. And Kigung is the last one without a commander choice then. So we actually have shock and motor so far for the Soviet Union. Valentine tank advances. Untersturm for your press down here, also helping to hold the line. And more Ballonians nearby. These units have been equipped with the MP-34, I think. Yep. Which is using a stick magazine similar to the MP-18. Apparently it was very commonly used by the Waffen-SS. Some capacity. Lots of grenades being tossed here in the Soviet positions, so don't think the Soviets can hold for long. And before the armed Hitler, you pushing up. They were clearing out the Saber. Bolsheviki and conscripts fighting out in the open ground. Oh, command crew of the Panzer IV F1 got destroyed. Or well killed. Tank had to be recovered. Artillery going into the center here. That's actually opening the Waffen-SS taking advantage of. And to quickly secure ground. Give us the night and service the ability to recover that vehicle. The enemy vehicles is generally a good idea. Artillery going in, but the Ballonians should probably wait until the shells actually land. Yeah, because out in the open they're just getting mowed down by the Maxim. After this so far, suffering quite heavy losses. Question will be if they can actually survive from all these losses. More shells being launched now towards the Soviet lines. These Germans are making good use of the officers. The shells so far not being very effective. But we have some Zoom pioneers on the flank with MP40s. Huskov gets the Molotov off though. Also Zoom pioneers back again. Great assault going on here from the small Zoom pioneers. Oh, good great assault. Then got the center of the village again. Valentine tank remains around. He has some Odon recon troops at the front line now. With the Zoom pioneers had no chance again, especially out in the open. Ballonians having a firefight down here in the south against the shock troopers and these conscripts. I think the shock troopers got this covered though. Except they decided to fall back for some reason. Artillery going in up here again. Looks like the German officers at least have a decent amount of artillery behind the front line. Now the Soviets just need to find a way to punch through, or the Germans are actually going to have to punch through because the Soviets so far are getting more resources to work with. So it's hold both initiative points after all, which is going to be a big deal. Looks like Kikung has gone for tank destroyer. And like infantry though, mostly just assault, not assault weapons, but support weapons rather. Which is not really good infantry for taking ground. A few storm grenadiers. With some smoke barrages there. And a smoke grenade there pushing up to secure the center of the village. You also have some Belarusian irregulars sneaking around on the front line here. There's like some more Foxstorm also running to the front line. They're gonna be used for merging only. No, it doesn't look like it. Unless... Oh my god, they are! Oh my god, Glancer, you're genius using Foxstorm to merge. That's way cheaper than actually having to reinforce the squads. So it's trying to take in on the northern flank, but artillery is being called in. There's gonna be some light infantry guns, but they still do some damage. Anti-tank remains on the move. The Germans are just lacking AT equipment. They do have a Volkssturm Panzerjäger squad sneaking about. The Belarusian irregulars also sneaking about. And if you're forcing up, and the Panzerjäger is going to try and attempt a Panzerfaust assault. They are. Basically, they sneak up and use 3 Panzerfaust at the same time. Very unique ability. And often works, as you can see. More Volkssturm led by a single Sturm Pioneer, but he goes down. Do clear out the machine gun though. Officer overseeing the front line again. And the Soviet shock troopers are trying to assault down here. Facing a lot of submachine gun fire. But so far their armor is holding up for the most part. But now the machine guns just start to hit in. There's just a lack of cover. What's we calling in the Soviet front line? Oh, Emcher Sherman here dealing with a Panzer 4J. Panzer 4J needs some repairs after that engagement. Damn, my throat. Goes doing a little bit of a counter assault here. Very good assault, actually. Hitting in the machine gun between 2 squads like that. Especially armed with submachine guns. They can make quick work of it. And Valonians are slowly just moving up across the front line now, moving from cover to cover. Pretty good efficient use of them. Need to be cautious though, the shock troopers are nearby and being replenished. I like that arranged cover split is spreading them out so they can cover ground. That's how you're meant to do it. Now the shock troopers are going to have been countering the Valonians are going to be countering the shock troopers, which they're not going to be the most efficient against. Integrate there from the shock troopers, and then the PPS-8 is moving in. You can see just them mowing them down in an instant. And Panzer 4J moving up through the center here. Emcher has been hit, but only light damage. There's also another Emcher there. Took a big hit there from the Panzer 4 actually. Panzerjäger trying to sneak up, but they discovered the Belarusian irregulars instead. Would hope to remain hidden. Oh, Flammhetzer sneaking up on the southern flank here, driving through the bushes. But took a big hit there from a assist gun and gets destroyed by a Captain Panzerfaust. But Flammhetzer did a lot of work. It's usually a shock when a Flammhetzer shows up. People don't expect it. artillery hitting the northern flank of the Soviet Union. They've tried to build roadblocks, but I don't think it's gonna work that much. MT threatening the Panzer IV. And works out. It destroys the Panzer. Rockets going in somewhere. Well, light infantry gunshots landing on the front line. You also have some stormtroopers now from the Shock Army. MP40s mow down Konskis out in the open. You can see also all the MP34s here. Remember when Soviet infantry retreat, they actually get a negative modifier that makes them easier to hit. So the Soviets actually are more prone to suffering hits when they're retreating compared to any other faction. I think it's kind of trying to simulate the whole high attrition rate on from the Soviet Union. Shock troopers are advancing though. The Germans are split up with their troops not being all too bunched up. They can cover a lot of ground and somewhat be efficient. And the MP34 is pretty good, as you can see. It's not a bad submachine gun. Belarusians also flanking up here, taking out one of the packs alongside the MT. Bosers probably need to get some better weapons. They're probably waiting for 100 munitions so they can get the full Sturmgewehr. The full Sturmgewehr set up, which is very expensive. 100 munitions for one squad is pretty costly. Hitler Youth are pushing up here somewhat, but they are slowly being pushed back. MTS are rolling through the center here. Lots of MTS from the Soviet Union. The German fire as Lend-Lease from the United States. Pretty efficient tank, actually. A pretty good tank. The Germans are just overall good. SS Panzer is going to try and flank something here. Panzerfaust assault. Taking out one. But the pack is in trouble. The MTS are just driving around, causing issues in the rear line now. Oh, that's only a Panzerwerfer. It does not have anything to stop them. Volksturm is trying to push up here. Soviet sappers advancing. Machine gun was not turned to face the special charges of the pack. Absolutely horrible. Germans are suffering heavy losses now, and these MTS getting in behind them is doing a lot of work. So there's the first rockets being tossed out here. But ships had already moved at that point. Now the Soviets are just advancing rapidly. Even laying mines as they advance. But they notice they're being about to be artillery. Oh, it's a Stuka! Oh, we rarely see the Stuka being used. Denies the point and destroys basically everything on it. We're going inside the trench there. Sturmhangers have to get out. And the MTS continue being a problem. And while the Soviets also advancing down here with their shock troopers again. IS-2 is coming up behind us. Let's see what that truck is doing. Guards out in the open, they're gonna get mowed down. Truck thing out there. Oh, grenade kills the officer! Wow. Panzer IV bombing here for the Mthis. Volksturm led by a single Sturm Grenadier trying to secure the points. But they're being hit by a lot of bullets. Do manage to take the point back. And Cisco is doing some artillery barrages. Pack cleared out again by all the artillery. An officer pushing up. You know, the IS-2 has survived for the Soviet army. Shocktroopers are gonna try and push across here, but this road is a death place because it's all negative cover. So moving across here just is a death sentence. It's a kill zone, so to speak. You have double stormtroopers here for the Mthis. Very costly infantry, but very efficient, but they need to be upgraded with automatic weapons. Alone trying to get up behind cover, throwing in instant grenades. Infantry, of course, doing their best. Molotov on a no. Instant grenade here from the Shocktroopers killing the Stormtrooper. Now they're going to try and move across to the negative cover here. So far working out for them. I think the storm tactics might be in big trouble. These PPSAs are just mowing them down. But then the officers managed to get some shots in there. Not bad, officers, the Polonians, but now the IS-2 is present. The battle out them being tossed there. They need to get close to that IS. It's gonna be very... Oh! And here comes the Mthis. I don't think the Germans can hold this, but they have brought out a Tiger Ace. Let's see if this is gonna be the ace in the hole. Take out one Sherman then, quick succession. IS-2 pushing for the Panzerwerfer. Gets destroyed in one shot, obviously. The Tiger Ace needs to be cautious here. It's dealing with 3 tanks. One of them being an IS, and the IS can actually quite match the Tiger. Panzer IV moving up to flank, though. Sherman took a hit, still alive, though. Oh, and they managed to get a critical hit there on the Tiger. One Sherman down again. Another penetration, though, so that Tiger is in big shit. Ooh, IS-2 misses. Malone's trying to get close here for Panzerknacker, but fail. Wait, it still attaches? What? Huh? Weird. Panzer IV took a big hit there. Yeah, I'm surprised too that it actually caught on. Like, what I would do is they just should give the Panzerknacker a little bit more range, but not give it tracking. But that's just a personal opinion. And yeah, it was kind of useless before. I will admit that because we just keep moving. Yeah, I will admit the Panzerknacker was kind of useless before. So at least it seems like it is able to do its job now if you can get close enough. I think how they've done it in Spearhead for Company of Heroes 3 is good, but I'm not sure that can be replicated in Company of Heroes 2 at the moment. Anyway, Tiger Ace is advancing. There's a bazooka inside the trench, though. So we're going in the trench there. ISU 152 here in the center. Panzerknacker is trying to get close here to the ISU, but it fails. Machine gun tearing into them. Malone and Stormtroopers trying to push up here. Stormtroopers looking closer there. Stormtroopers not focused. That's gonna allow them to get the Geballon off. Actually, that's a blink orb. It's just gonna allow the IS-2 to hit them. Oh! Oh, we have a flanking here, and Tiger is taken up by the recon troops. With some heavy losses. I feel Arthur's complains a lot. Good shot there from the Panzerfaust, but the Sherman is still alive. More infantry is being repaired here by the Soviets, but I think the Germans are somewhat on their back foot. And there's little to contest the IS. Oh, something penetrated. What penetrated? A pack? Looks like it was a pack. Bazooka arms to pioneers. Yeah, that's not really gonna work. Hello, is trying to get close here. Poland's gonna try and attempt it, but they are out in cover with no. They're out in the open with no cover. Pack cleared out by the IS. We have some anti-tank guns sneaking around, but they've been spotted. We're going to try for that Sugasafus. But they barely get close enough to even attempt it. So it's just digging in, but I don't think they need to dig in. I think they practically won at this point. Because the other flank is just folding. Panther has arrived though. AP round loaded by the IS. Oh, doesn't penetrate. Then again, the Panther does have more front armor than the Tiger, so it's actually not much of a surprise. But at this point, the Germans surrender. Looks like the Soviets won this one. I hope you all enjoyed. Nice to see you on the next one, everyone. Bye-bye.